I call this meeting of the Alvin Independent School District to order. Let the record show that the quorum of board members is present and that this meeting has been duly called and notice of this meeting has been posted in accordance with Texas Open Meeting Act, Texas Government Code, Chapter 551. First thing we'll do is have the invocation and pledge of allegiance by Trustee Tonini. If you would stand, please.
Our Father in heaven, we come before thee this evening, thankful for the bounteous blessings that thou givest to us. We are grateful for our student and staff successes, both academically, extracurricularly, and also personally. We're grateful for the safety and security that thou has blessed us with as well, and ask that thou will be with and comfort those who stand in need. We pray that we can make decisions and do those things that will bring honor and glory to thy name. And again, we thank thee and pray for these things in the name of thy Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. Amen. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
All right, next we'll have the superintendent's report.
Hey, board and community, we have had a very busy month this past month in Alvin ISD. And one of the great celebrations is always our Alvin ISD Education Foundation annual turtle race and fun run. It was a little different for us this year because right before that we had Snowvid or Snowmageddon, and I've heard it called all kinds of things. So therefore, some of the foundation members and some of our staff got together to do the drawing at National Oak Park. It was a beautiful day, but we knew our community was not ready to celebrate at that time, so it was canceled. But nothing could dampen the spirits. The foundation did award the 12 prizes that were donated by our generous individuals and businesses. So congratulations, and we look forward to next year as well. Alvin High School softball coach, Coach McCorkle, David McCorkle, scored his 500th win, and that happened also close to that time. So congratulations to Coach McCorkle. He's been the head coach at Alvin High School since 2015, and what an accomplishment. I'm not sure he's on 500 and something now. I'm sure his wife would know, but congratulations to Alvin High School as well. Alvin ISD wins big at the State Public Relations Award. So this is TESPRA. We are very proud of our communications department. They won 13 TESPRA, and TESPRA stands for Texas School Public Relations Association. They won 13 STAR awards. The department also won 3 Best of Category awards, 11 Gold Stars, 1 Silver Star Award, and 1 Bronze Award. The team won a Best Category Award and a Gold Star for the In Bloom Virtual Recognition Ceremony invitation submitted by none other than our Rachel Moore, who's very, very talented. And most of the graphics you see on all of Alvin ISD stuff is done by Rachel. So congratulations. Our videographer, and she's here, we'll see her in a minute. Phil, our videographer, Phil Jean, received 7 Gold Star awards, including 2 Best of Category awards for his video news package covering the 2019 first day of school, and for the video promotional for his overview video for Alvin ISD's JBH or JB Hensler College and Career Academy. So congratulations to Phil and to the entire team. We have a great communications team, so thank you. Our student spotlight this month is Hart Wilson. He's a 6th grade student at McNair Junior High. He started his own candle company to save money for college, and he calls it Candles from the Heart. And it was created as Wilson hopes to pay for his future college education. The president of his dream school, Howard University, heard about his entrepreneurial mindset, decided to reach out to him with a bag of goodies. President Dr. Wayne A.I. Frederick packed a bag full of Howard gear for him and his family while sharing an encouraging message to Wilson. So congratulations to Hart. Our junior high students participated in UIL competition on February 26th and 27th. Students competed in events ranging from art, math, and science to chess and oral reading, and we're very proud of our junior high students who participated. Alvin ISD campuses celebrated National Read Across America Day. This is typically the time when we all go out and get to read, but this year, due to the pandemic, we weren't all able to go out. But our campuses still had the National Read Across America Day, and it was a lot of fun. Lots of fun activities on campuses for our students. Of course, spring break is coming next week, March 15th through the 19th. And I know everyone, especially our staff, is ready for a little break, and our students. Is that it? Accommodations.
Good evening, board and guests. We appreciate everyone coming today. I have a few accommodations that I would like to talk about. The first one that I'm going to start with, we're going to start with the students. And some of these students are joining us online, so you may not see them come up. Here they are. They're on the screen. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about them and why they're here with us. So please join us in congratulating the students and teachers moving forward to represent Alvin ISD in the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo Art Contest. These students their advancing pieces will be eligible for scholarships, summer workshop opportunities, and auction. The auction lots will range from general lots, class and reserve class, champions, and grand and reserve grand champion of the entire school art show. These awards and auction winners will be announced after the final round of judging. Best of luck to these students as they journey forward with their beautiful works of art. Congratulations to these outstanding students and their teachers. So I'm going to call your name. So if you'll wave when we call your name, I know that y'all already received your medals at schools or at home. We sent it to you. So the first one is Ahmed, 5th grader at Wilder Elementary, and the teacher is Ginger Teneri. Hadassah Betancourt, 1st grade, Mark Twain Elementary, teacher Julia Ragusa. Okay, Chloe Curling is an 8th grader at Manville Junior High, teacher Bobby Knezik. Abigail Isangayo is in 7th grade at Nolan Ryan Junior High, and the teacher is Maria Carlo. Jessica Lee is a 12th grader at Shadow Creek High School, teacher Amy Garzelli. Garzel, thank you. Kinsey Creel, 12th grader at Manville High School, teacher Vicky Satterwhite. Ivania Shibu is a 10th grader at Shadow Creek High School. The teacher is Courtney Warden. Angel Johnson in 9th grade, Shadow Creek High School. The teacher is Ashley Wilson. Gabriella Danceman is a 12th grader at Alvin High School. Her teacher is Karen Little. Alicia Tate is a 12th grader at Shadow Creek High School. Teacher Amy Gardzil. Judah Thurman is a 12th grader at Manville High School. The teacher is Drew Becky. Thank you. Judith Perez is an 11th grader at Alvin High School. Teacher Tess Stillwell. Congratulations to all of you. We're very proud of you and the work that you have done in representing Alvin ISD at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. Great job. The 2021 district spelling bee, like everything else this year, was conducted a little bit differently. Each speller was issued 25 words at their home campus, and the student who spelled the most words correct was declared the winner. This year, Harvey Junior High 8th grader Elena Jett, and if you'll come up, Elena, won by answering 21 out of 25 words correctly. If y'all would like pictures, we'll take them, and then I'll go to the next one. Great. Thank you very much, Elena. Yes, she can. And the runner-up is Duke Elementary 4th grader D'Angelo Primero. Sorry. He correctly spelled 20 out of 25 words today. Today, Elena participated in the Houston Public Media Spelling Bee, which was held virtually. So great job to both of you. We are so proud of you. Wonderful job.
Okay, board, we have another commendation. Throughout the year, our communications department communicates district news to our community through print media, social media, television, and videos. Recently, the Texas School Public Relations Association awarded districts across Texas for outstanding journalism. I'm proud to say that our team brought home 11 gold stars, 1 silver star award, and 1 bronze award, as I shared with you. But we want to honor them tonight, so please join me in recognizing our team members from our communications department. Rachel Moore. Rachel does all of our graphic design, and we couldn't do it without her. Stay up here, Rachel. You get in a picture tonight. Phil Jean. Phil is our videographer. All of the videos that you see, from sports to fine arts, and Phil puts all of that together for us and does such a remarkable job. Miss Kinsey Droege could not be with us, but Kinsey does a lot, especially with our social media, and they all work together. So congratulations as well with Kinsey. And then Tammy Menzel. Is Tammy here tonight?
She had a baseball.
Baseball. Her son is a senior baseball player. And of course, Miss Renee Rives. Renee, get up here. Congratulations to the team. They do such a remarkable job. Congratulations. That's it.
Okay, we are now to the open forum portion of the agenda. If you would like to address the board, you should have completed a public participation form and submitted it to the superintendent secretary prior to the meeting and according to policy of the BED local. After I call your name, please come to the podium and state your name and address for the addressing the board. Please understand that you will have 3 minutes to speak. If a translator is needed, you will be given 6 minutes to speak. I ask that you also understand that the board cannot take action on your request or comment at this time. However, the president or designee may refer the request to the superintendent for review. And first up, we have Christopher Harvey. If you want to remove your mask when you're speaking, you're more than welcome
My
to.
wife won't let me.
Okay.
My wife will not let me. I'm sorry. She's watching this right now.
Smart man.
Good, we broke some ice. All right, let's go. Yes, sir. Miss Superintendent, fellow board members, my name is Christopher Harvey. Now, if you can't hear me, let me know. My name is Christopher Harvey. I'm a former resident of Missouri County, now a resident of West Houston, Mission Bend, 15510. Make sure that number's right. Carlito Drive, Houston, Texas. And I'm not good with the zip codes at all. I'm very bad at remembering zip codes. But that's where I'm temporarily living until I come back home. But I'm here, if you're ready for me, I'm here to address the board and my fellow Missouri County citizens about what's going on tonight. I'm here to support my friend, Miss Julie. Miss Julie has been and her family has been best friends with me and my family for far too long. When I was in the hospital, and this past Saturday was my anniversary of my heart transplant, 1 year. She was there. Her family was there, constantly on the phone, constantly encouraging me, constantly blessing me, and my wife, who was having a nervous breakdown seeing her spouse in the bed like that. That family has always been a loving family, and Miss Julie has always been, I consider, one of my Missouri County best family friends. Calling her a racist, to me, is just, I don't want to say the non-political word, so I'm just going to say it's just weird to me. Only person that will call you a racist if they don't know you. As a person who used to be a racist, and I hated Hispanic folk with a passion. But when I rededicated my life to Christ, I realized I was wrong. So I know what racism is. The accusations by some of the folk, including the Missouri County NAACP, is just flat out wrong. Going to a rally does not make you a racist. I'm sure I've been to many NAACP conventions because I was a member from 1995 to 2012. I've seen bitterness and racist to fellow, I say conservatives, who did not support the majority population of people in that convention and the candidates they picked. I've been called Oreo. I've been called Uncle Tom. I'm proud of them calling me that because I'm outside the box. Now, I know many of the citizens here may have some issues with Miss Julie, but calling her a racist is not one. That lady right there grew up in the church, the same church I grew up in, Lakewood Church, under Pastor John Osteen, whose founding message was, we don't care what color you are or where you come from, we care about where you're going. And with the NAACP's, Missouri County NAACP's message of accusations like this, it's happened before with me. I chose to criticize their president, Eugene Howard, because I felt like the Republican side was not being represented in one of their meetings. Okay, it's two men having a conversation. A little bit loud, but we had a conversation. Next thing y'all know, my cousin, who's friends with their vice president, shared a picture with my wife of me, my profile picture, with the word Trump on it. And he's passing around saying, look at this Uncle Tom fool. So when she told me that what's going on, or when I found out on social media also what's going on, I knew where you're coming from. Because it happened to me. It happened to a lot of us. That's why I got on my phone and called the chairman of my organization, the MLK Association of Houston. We're a conservative group. He told me to go right head on and defend her, and you got the whole group representing you. Building the Bridge members are here also. We're a group of Missouri County that wants to actually build the bridge between the black community and the conservative movement, because we have a lot in common when it comes to certain things. We want to bring that out. I just recommend to the board, do not let the year and the era of George Floyd, which is, they're picking his jury today, do not let that era scare you making any decision
Harvey,
that's wrong.
I hate to interrupt you, but we've gone well over the 3
I
minutes,
thank
so we've got quite a few other people, so.
But I thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Patricia Howell.
I will kind of take it off. May sound kind of mumbly. I want to thank Mary Ann McWhorter for allowing me to come and speak tonight, and to the board here tonight. My name's Patricia Howell, and I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a secretary and evangelist for a nonprofit organization called Ministry of Hope International. I'm a volunteer minister with the Department of Corrections in Brazoria County. I've also been in the jail correspondence volunteer with Less Than the Least Ministries out here in Alvin as well. I've been a member of the Church of the Harvest in Manville, Texas, and served women there in the outreach and discipleship and Bible study. I'm here to speak on the integrity of Julie Pickering. And what I have to say is there should be no question of the character of Julie Pickering whatsoever. She is a volunteer with the Star Hope Mission in Houston, where she has taught business classes to homeless women there. She has a passion to empower women and to the stability of the family unit. Her care for children and their education is her priority. As women, as like-minded women who have this same vision, I have on several occasions sought her wisdom, her expertise, and her advice. Her heart and her impeccable integrity and character, like I said, should never be in question. That is why she should remain as trustee with Alvin ISD School Board. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Judy Shibey.
Good evening, y'all. I'm going to take my mask off to speak. I'm also here to speak to Julie Pickering's integrity. My name is Judy Shibey. I live here in Alvin, been a long time resident of Brazoria County in Alvin. Very, very interactive with the school district for many years. I've seen many board trustees come and go, and you know, I don't think that there's enough time that people come up to this podium and thank each and every one of y'all for what you do for our children, the parents of our children, our educators, and our school district. So thank you for all that you do. I'm going to speak to Julie Pickering's character, as was disseminated here previously. She's a strong, godly woman with a great integrity and dedication to this school district. A lot of things that she does behind the scenes that go unnoticed are things like ever since she's been in office, she utilizes her own time and her resources to go to Washington, D.C., to speak with lobbyists on behalf of the school districts of Texas, and to try to set policy and find new policies that will be beneficial to our, not just our school districts, but also the beneficiaries of that, the parents and the children of our school. And Julie has been the first to step up in the gap to protect the school district and to give her all to this district. And some of the rhetoric that has been going on in the media and social media and in the newspaper and things like that on behalf of Julie and what she stands for, I'm here to tell you that Julie and I, she's a dear friend of mine. I've known her for several years, and she is nothing but impeccable, with impeccable integrity. And she loves the Lord, and she's here to step up and to help regardless of race or creed. She is here to defend and to stand in the gap for each and every one here in this district, in this community, and where she lives and where she worships. And for anyone to step up and call her racist or to put the type of stuff out that has been disseminated of late, it couldn't be furthest from the truth. They don't know Julie. Those of you that do, you know what she's made of. And to quote one of our congressmen, she is the salt of the earth and the bedrock of this community. And with that, I close. Julie, I love you. Godspeed.
Next, we have Tyrone Lane.
Hello, I'm Lead Pastor Tyrone Lane of Fresh Impact Church of Pearland, and I have prepared a statement to talk about Julie Pickering's character. I am here today speaking on behalf of Julie Pickering, whom I have known for about 6 years. I first worked alongside Julie, serving in the community and later as her pastor. I've always known Julie to be fair, kind, giving, and dedicated to serving the community. I remembered when I first moved to the area and was starting a brand new church in Pearland. Julie offered her family's house for me to start Fresh Impact Church. After growing our church over the capacity of her home, Julie guided me to the Alvin Independent School District Facility Department. At that point, Fresh Impact Church relocated to Nolan Ryan Junior High School cafeteria, where we continue to grow in our outreach to impact the Pearland community. During this time, I discovered that Julie and I shared the same passion for Christ and also children and education. As I was able to join her on a board of a local Christian academy, children's academy. During this time, I was able to witness her love, her zeal, and her ability to impact the multicultural Christian school and community. She never misses the opportunity to share her knowledge and introduce local partners that can work together to make a difference in this community. Over the past 6 years, I have personally witnessed Julia's moral values, principles, and great character. I know that she is an asset in our community. It is my hopes that Julie Pickering can continue to add value to the Alvin Independent School District Board.
Next, we have Lonnie Grohmann.
Hi, I'm Lonnie Grohmann. I live at 13802 Lakewater Drive in Pearland, Texas, but I live in Fort Bend County. So I can't vote in Alvin. I can't vote in Brazoria County. But the taxing jurisdictions are kind enough to let me pay tax on property that I own in Alvin on 1462 and my minerals that I get a little bit of a check for that are still in the ground. This has become my way to participate. Tammy and I have had 2 children that did Alvin ISD, K through 12. The 2001 graduate is a petroleum engineer with Chevron. He's been there 14 years. The 2002 graduate is an educator. She taught here for 12 years. That one has been to Washington, D.C. 9 times. 9 times. Once as a student, 7 times with AISD and close-up, and 1 time for Christmas present. She's been to inaugurations of President Bush, Barack Obama, and Donald Trump. My point of telling you that is there's some people that just love to go to D.C., and we call that freedom. I find it pretty interesting being in Shadow Creek in Fort Bend County because my neighbors are lined up wanting to come to AISD. And you guys must be doing something right. The reason I am here is Julie Pickering. And the thing that concerned me is it was just a political endorsement. And what it basically said was that she stormed Washington when she was there on January 6th. Julie went with her mother and they kind of text a play-by-play of what they were doing and where they were at. So ladies in Pearland, Alvin, and the surrounding area, They knew what they were doing and where they were. It became evidence of what they had done while they were there. Julie and her mom were directed off the street into a Mexican restaurant. There was a bomb threat. There was all this other. They took them to their break room, and they fed them. They were hungry. They'd been out for hours. They fed them tacos in the back break room. They were very fortunate to find somebody that would do that for them. Eventually, they were escorted out and back to their hotel. And I've watched some of these social media things, and what they need is your media department to show Julie using her mother as a battering ram to stampede the Capitol. But Julie wasn't at the Capitol. We know that because of the text that we have. And I just ask, be careful that you don't assume they were there for this riot, and it was horrible. It was an unlawful protest. If you'd been anywhere say in the northern states in the last year, they had horrible, I don't have the word to describe the protests that have went across the country. But say you were in Portland and your travel itinerary said, I'm in Portland. So how do we know, or what keeps people from assuming you were part of the protest in Portland or Minneapolis or St. Louis or anywhere else? I think that's really dangerous territory there as far as us giving up our freedoms. You could have been 1 mile from a protest, you could have been 5 miles, but because your itinerary said you were there, you're there. I've witnessed Julie and David's both their generosity at various events. Julie's always stood up to help and advise and counsel for many people that I know. Julie's been around this board that I know of for about 6 years. And people have just now figured out you have conservative values. So I want to compliment you on that. It's not like you've just pushed yourself on these people.
Mr. Grohmann, I hate to interrupt, but again, we're well over the 3 minutes, so.
Phil Archer should have changed his headline to Alvin board member flew to Washington, D.C. for tacos.
Next, we have Selena Sotter.
Take this off. Good evening. My name is Selena Sotter, and I live at 2302 Diamond Springs Drive in Pearland. And I'm here also today to talk on behalf of Julie Pickering. I'm a mother of a student in Alvin ISD. I'm a wife of a teacher in Alvin ISD. I'm invested in this district and want nothing but the best. So that being said, I have been so proud of all the hard work that all of you board members have done while I have been a part of Alvin ISD. My son has participated in Alvin ISD since he was 3 years old. He started early language and still attends Alvin ISD today at Nolan Ryan. My husband teaches at Shadow Creek. The district has grown exponentially while I have lived here. And to say that you guys have done a spectacular job is an understatement, because I've seen other districts pass bonds to pay for potential things that don't happen yet. Alvin ISD has been fiscally responsible, has been on point for the administrators, the teachers, the students of this district, while keeping in mind the citizens and residents that live within this district too. And for that, you all should be commended. What shocks me, and I say this, is that the media and the social media posts and the newspaper posts that have come out in the last couple of weeks concerning Julie Pickering and her attendance to Washington, D.C. And I was actually going to read this, but talking off the cuff to what other members have said already, she wasn't there. She did not attend an insurrection, which is what I've seen on social media. She did not storm the Capitol. There was no intention of storming the Capitol, and I wholeheartedly believe that even if she had seen that happening, she would be the one to tell people this is wrong. She would not have been a participant, ever. So to say that what she did was unacceptable, I have to say that the character assassinations and being attributed to doing something that she did not do is unacceptable. I'm going to go on just to say when I've received actually a couple notices from a couple different people outside of the state and within the state. I have one that I'd like to read to you. I have another that I don't have with me, but I'd like to be able to present that to the board later from a state senator. But the one that I do have with me right now is from Quincy McKnight, and he is the state president of the Tennessee NAACP. He is in charge of youth and college division programs. And he met Julie in Washington, D.C. while she was there on behalf of Alvin ISD, not in official capacity, but using her own resources and being there to do what is best and find out how do we make Alvin ISD the best district possible for our students, for our administrators, for our teachers. And he said, "It's been awesome to get to know Trustee Pickering. Ms. Pickering has a heart to serve children and families from all walks of life. The school district will be served well moving forward with Ms. Pickering in leadership." And I wholeheartedly agree.
Here.
Next, we have Lennycade.
Thank y'all for allowing me to speak. My name is Lennycade. I live at 1901 Meadow Creek Drive in Pearland, Texas. I'll be brief. I'm here also on behalf of Julie Pickering. Julie Pickering is an elected official, a public figure in Brazoria County. As such, I guess she's given up some virtue of expectation of a right to privacy because of that position. She's done this now once, not twice, but going on a third time. Now, why would someone do this? Trustee's not a particularly glorious position. No offense to the trustees. It's not because of the money. It's because she is passionate about her role with students. I love her for that. She's a stakeholder in this district with 2 sons going through the schools here. She cares deeply about Alvin ISD. But because of this accepted belief we have that citizens have a right to know every bit of personal information about elected officials, the public figures end up having no right to privacy at all, even when the public published information is false. It's when it's lies, which is what is happening to Julie. She's being attacked in an attempt to discredit her and her campaign using lies that have been proven false. Because of this current cancel culture phenomenon that we're living in, it's acceptable to condemn and deplatform a person perpetuating lies, just lies. And this attempt to cancel Trustee Pickering is not being called out. And so I came here tonight to call it out. Yes, Julie is a trustee, an elected official, but she's still a private citizen with a family, and she doesn't deserve to be dragged through the mud using malicious lies. And that's all I have to say. Thank you. I love you, Julie.
Next, we have Edgar Pacheco Jr.
Yeah. Actually, bring me closer. Forgive me, I'm short, so we need to make some accommodation. Yeah. Alrighty. Thank you for letting me speak today. My name is Edgar Pacheco Jr. I reside at 4711 Boucher Court, Pearland, Texas, and today I have a letter from Congressman Randy Weber of the 14th District of Texas, and it reads, Dear Alvin citizens, Julie Pickering is part of what I call the salt of the earth. By that, I mean specifically Alvin, Texas. Alvin holds a very special place in my heart. You see, I met my beautiful wife, Brenda, at Alvin Junior College in November 1974. We have been married for 44 years. We have watched Alvin grow during all that time. Alvin is one of those areas that I call salt of the earth. Working folk, moms, dads, businesses and educators that understand freedom, responsibility, the great state of Texas, and our great country, America. As a business owner of 35 years and my bride, a school teacher of 27 years, we pay close attention to our communities, our schools, our cities, and the political process. We understand how important it is that we have qualified, intelligent, informed, experienced, and caring folk to step up and take leadership position in those bedrock communities. Alvin is one of those bedrock communities. Did I mention it is a salt of the earth place? Julie and her husband David are also those type of folks. Bedrock. They have stepped up to serve. Having served in the Texas legislature on the Public Ed Committee, I understand. Serving on the school board is in many ways a calling. The fact that someone would push for Julie's removal from her duly elected position is sad. It appears to be an attempt to overturn the election of Mrs. Pickering by the very Alvin citizens she has so admirably represented. You know, the salt of the earth citizens. Therefore, I urge people to support Julie and keep her on the board that she was duly elected to, and in my opinion, is doing a good job on that board. I trust the right thing will be done. Alvin needs her. Thanks for your time and attention. God bless America, Texas, and Alvin, Congressman Randy K. Weber. And before I step off, I also have a couple personal words I'd like to say about this district and Julie Pickering. I was a former student here as well. I attended Shadow Creek High School at a point in my life where other districts had failed me, where my accommodations were not right, where I was denied the access and ability to be with other peers of my own age, my own grade. And when I came to Alvin ISD, that all changed. And I know that that is because of the leadership that all of you have provided for this district and that Julie has provided for this district. Go down. And I have known Julie for a very, very short time. But I'd like to say to this to you, Julie, and forgive me if I'm going over. The Word of God in James chapter 1, verses 2 to 4 says, Count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds. For you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness. And let steadfastness have its full effect, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking in nothing. I am grateful to know her as an elected official, but most importantly, as a friend for all students. God bless you, Julie. God bless you. Thank you.
All right, that concludes open forum. All right, we're going to move over to the consent agenda item. Does anybody want to pull any of those from A through J out and do them separately? Do I have a motion to approve consent agenda items A through J?
So moved.
By trustee Tonini, and second by trustee Peterson. All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next we have, let me find it here. Request to consider approval of missed school days due to bad weather.
So Board, we have a missed school days waiver for consideration. On February 14th, the state of Texas was devastated by a North American winter and ice storm. To ensure the safety of our students and community and to allow time to recover after the storm, Alvin ISD closed schools for 4 days. A majority of our community dealt with power outages from Sunday, February 14th, until Friday, February the 19th. Much of our community was without water or under a boil water restriction until Sunday, February the 21st. The power and water issues not only prevented the district from safely opening campuses, but also from serving students with remote learning. TEA recently authorized that districts could apply for a waiver for missed school days due to this winter storm. Applying for this waiver exempts our district from having to make up the missed days in the school calendar, allowing Alvin ISD's calendar to remain unchanged.
Do we have a motion to approve the missed school days waiver for the district?
So moved.
By trustee Shibey, do we have a second?
Second.
By trustee Pickering, any questions or comments? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next, we have request to consider approval of resolution to approve actions to address needs due to winter storm.
So Board, as you know, we were closed, and this resolution will allow the district to compensate all of our employees equitably and without interruption due to the effects of the winter storm closure February 15th through February the 19th.
All right, do we have a motion to approve the resolution as written?
So moved.
By trustee Harris, do we have a second?
Second.
By trustee Pickering? I'm sorry,
Tanini.
trustee Tanini. Any questions or comments? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next, we have request to consider DH local policy revisions.
So Board, this is in the addition of requiring and adjusting our DH policy to include any misdemeanor arrest to be reported, and will allow the district to evaluate all situations related to an arrest to determine whether or not it warrants any employment action related to the job responsibilities and role of the employee.
All right, do we have a motion for approval be granted for DH local policy revision as requested?
So moved.
By trustee Winterstrom, do we have a second?
Second.
Trustee Peterson, any questions or comments? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next, we have request to consider approval of employment personnel.
So Board, we have one employee that we're recommending for an employee agreement. It's a teaching position.
Let me get this right quick. Do we have a motion to approve administrator, principal, assistant principal contract recommendations for extensions as listed?
So moved.
No,
So by
wait,
trustee
I'm
Shibey?
sorry, just meant,
We're on number 10.
President.
Yeah.
Huh?
President Humberg, we're on 10.
10
For, I think it jumped ahead, one up. You're on the next item.
This one? This one?
No, one up. I'm sorry, it jumps around.
Okay,
There we go.
sorry. I'm sorry. Do we have a motion for board approval to be granted for requested personnel items as presented? By trustee Shibey, we have a second. By trustee Harris, any questions or comments? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Now, request to consider extension of administrative principal, assistant principal contracts.
So Board, to comply with the Texas Education Code, the Board may consider administrator, principal, assistant principal contracts, and we're recommending all of those on the following backup page, contracts for administrators.
Now, do we have a motion to approve administrator, principal, assistant principal contract recommendations for extensions as listed?
So moved.
By trustee Pickering, a second.
I'll second.
By trustee Tanini. Any questions or comments? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next, we have request to consider approval of initial staffing positions, Jackie Caffey Junior High.
So Board, we're requesting these initial staffing positions for Jackie Caffey Junior High School. They're critical to allow time for Dr. McCorkle and extensive planning to hire what she needs to open the new campus.
Do we have a motion for approval to be granted for initial staffing positions, Jackie Caffey Junior High as requested? By trustee Harris,
Okay.
second by trustee Shibey.
Did I cut in?
Any questions or comments? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next, we have request to consider approval of administrative staffing positions, associate principal, Iowa Colony High School.
So Board, we're requesting that Ms. Marquez is able to start interviewing for an associate principal position for Iowa Colony, which will be instrumental in planning the opening of Iowa Colony High School.
Give me just a second because I've lost it.
It's number 13.
Do we have an approval will be granted for the administrative staffing position of Associate Principal, Iowa Colony High School as submitted?
So moved.
By trustee Winterstrom, a second.
Second.
By trustee Peterson. Any questions or comments? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next, we have request to consider approval of administrative appointment, Associate Principal, Manville High School.
So, Board, as you know, Ms. Flowers lost her associate principal when Mr. Scott was named Manville Junior High principal. And so that left an opening, and that's a very critical position, especially in the spring semester when you're getting course requests and planning for next school year. So the committee, after Ms. Flowers interviewed, the committee then recommended Mr. Quentin Virgil. He's currently serving as an assistant principal of Alvin High School. He previously served as an assistant principal of Rodeo Palms Junior High School. Quentin has also served as an assistant principal in Alief ISD for 3 years, as well as a teacher, coach, and an administrative intern in Alief. Quentin has 15 years' experience in education, with 3 years serving in Alvin ISD. The committee has recommended that the board consider Mr. Virgil to assist in leading the staff and students as associate principal of Manville High School.
Do we have a motion? Approval be granted for Quentin Virgil, Associate Principal, Manville High School.
So moved.
By trustee Pickering, second by trustee Harris. Any questions or comments? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0.
Mr. Virgil, will you please stand? He's here. Congratulations. So Mr. Virgil's wife actually works for us, and she is a cheer coach. So they are in the middle of cheer tryouts. So she was unable to make it because she's doing her job.
Cheer for you.
I told him she could go back and watch it. So congratulations. Much deserved. And I think his team is here tonight to support him, so.
All right. Next, we have request to consider approval of administrative appointment, Principal Hood Case Elementary.
I've got to find mine. Let's see. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So as you all know that Ms. Reynolds will be retiring at the end of the school year, and she's going to be deeply missed. And so we know her shoes are going to be hard to fill. We can't replicate her. And I know the staff is anxious to know who their new principal is going to be. So the committee is recommending Mrs. Laura Peterson. She's currently serving as assistant principal of Bob and Betty Nelson Elementary School. She previously served as assistant principal of Meridiana Elementary, Savannah Lakes Elementary, and Mark Twain Elementary. Laura also served as a math interventionist and an instructional math coach at Savannah Lakes Elementary, as well as a teacher at Alvin Elementary. Laura also was involved in opening Savannah Lakes as a teacher. She has 20 years of experience in education, all here in Alvin ISD. The committee is recommending that the board consider Ms. Peterson to lead the staff and students at principal of Hood Case Elementary School.
All right. Do we have a motion for approval for granted for Laura Peterson for Principal Hood Case Elementary School?
So moved.
By trustee Harris. We have a second.
Second.
By trustee Peterson. Any questions or comments? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Congratulations.
Laura, stand up. Did you bring anyone with you this evening? Did you bring a guest?
My husband.
Congratulations. Take a good look. You might not see her for a while.
All right. Next, we have request to consider approval of administrative appointment, Principal Nolan Ryan Junior High School.
Okay, Board, as you well know, Ms. Marquez has been named as principal of Iowa Colony High School. So she, at the end of this school year, she will be transitioning to plan for the opening. And the committee is recommending her replacement at Nolan Ryan Junior High Principal as Ms. Dana Green. Mrs. Green is currently serving as the assistant principal of Manville Junior High School. She previously served as assistant principal at Shadow Creek High School and as a teacher at Nolan Ryan Junior High School. Dana also was a teacher in Alief ISD and also dropout intervention communication specialist in Austin ISD. Dana has 14 years of experience in education with 9 years serving in Alvin ISD. I also believe she's a Longhorn. The committee has recommended that the board consider Mrs. Green to lead the staff and students as principal of Nolan Ryan Junior High School.
Do we have a motion for approval be granted for Dana Green, Principal, Nolan Ryan Junior High School?
I'll make that
By
motion.
Trustee Tonini, second by Trustee Harris.
Sounds good.
Any questions or comments? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0.
Congratulations. So Dana, will you introduce your family that you brought with you, please?
Well, this is my wonderful husband, my daughter Taryn, my son Daniel, both of my mothers. And to my surprise, my sister and my father came from Austin, Texas.
Oh, wow. We know y'all are very proud. So Mom cooks for us a lot for the board when we, yes, very good. So,
As well.
yes.
Wonderful.
All right. Now we will go into we will now adjourn into executive session pursuant to the following sections of the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas, 551072 and 551074.
So if you were named, if you'll stay for pictures.
All right, we are now back in open session. And first thing, do we have a motion to approve the purchase of plus or minus 14 acres of real property in the city of Manville near Meridiana Parkway and North Inspiration Way, Missouri County, not to exceed $3 per square foot, and authorize the superintendent or designated to contract for due diligence, professional service, and negotiate and execute a final sale and purchase agreement related to the same as discussed in closed session.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by trustee Tonini. We have a second by trustee Pickering. Any questions or comments? All
President,
in-
can I just say that this is using our 2018 bond funds?
Okay, very good. All right, any other questions or comments? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next, do we have a motion to approve the purchase of plus or minus 70 acres of real property in the city of Manville, Missouri County, Texas, adjacent to Lakeland, not to exceed $1.15 per square foot, and authorize the superintendent or her designated contract for due diligence, professional service, and negotiate and execute a final sale and purchase agreement related to the same as discussed in closed session. We have a motion by trustee Harris. Do we have a second?
Second.
By trustee Winterston. Any questions or comments?
Just
All
bond
in
funds
favor?
again.
Huh?
Bond funds.
And all this is off of 2018
18
bond
bond
money. All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0. All right. I'll make a motion to adjourn then.
I second that.
We have a second by trustee Peterson. All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0. We are adjourned. Thank y'all very much.
Thank you.